7 years is not an eternity, but don't tell that to the fans of the North Carolina men's basketball team. They've been waiting for the North Carolina Tar Heels to return to the Final Four. After today, their 7-year itch has finally been scratched. The North Carolina Tar Heels advancing to the Final Four, the number 1 seed in the East region, defeating the number 6 seed in the East region, the Notre Dame Fighting Irish, by a score of 88-74 in the East Regional Final. The Tar Heels advancing to Final Four number 19, more than any other school in Division I college basketball, but again, their first Final Four appearance since 2009, and it was a balanced effort for the Tar Heels that carried them through in this tough game against their ACC rival, the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. 5 players scoring in double figures for the North Carolina Tar Heels, led by Bryce Johnson, the most outstanding player in the East region. He had 25 points and 12 rebounds. The All-American from 2 years ago, Marcus Page, the point guard, he chipped in with 13 points as well. In that second half, North Carolina was up by 5 to begin the half. Then they went on a little run to extend the lead to double digits. Then Notre Dame went on a run of its own, a 10-0 run, a 12-0 run to take the lead at 52-51 after they were down by a score of 51-40. But then the Tar Heels responded with a 10-0 run of their own, and they were able to take control in that second half and cruise to victory. And one of the main reasons the Tar Heels were able to establish themselves in the second half was because they established the inside and in the paint. Kennedy Meeks, their big man, scoring 10 points in this game, all in the second half. He also scored the first 8 points for the North Carolina Tar Heels in the second half. After the game, I got a chance to speak with Kennedy Meeks, and I asked him to begin our conversation. Was it a concerted effort from Roy Williams and or himself and his teammates to get him the ball at the very beginning of the second half?
I think so. I think just because they know how much I wanted to be in the game when they had that mismatch early when August came out. Something that they always want me to do. They always want me to get the ball and demand the ball and be aggressive, and I think I did a great job of that.
How much easier was it knowing that Zach August was in foul trouble, and that when he was in the game, he was probably more tentative than he wanted to be?
Well, they're a team that doesn't foul anyways. I mean, they do a great job of defending without fouling, and luckily he got those drives from Joel and Nate, and he fouled those guys, and it took away from us. I'm just glad we got the ball in the positions that we got him in because it led to the lead, and Theo did a tremendous job coming off the bench and giving us that lift.
I know Marcus and Bryce get a lot of the attention in terms of being seniors and going to the Final Four, but Joel James, another player that you probably bang inside with in practice, how happy are you that he also will be in the Final Four as a senior in his senior year?
I think I'm closer to Big Joe. I mean, we talk all the time, and he always keeps his heads up no matter what. And that's the type of player he is. He's still a great leader despite how much minutes he plays and how many points he scores. And I'm proud of him. I mean, I know he doesn't get a lot of attention, but he's been battling the entire season. Through him encouraging me especially to eat the right foods and encouraging me to stay conditioned and all those type of things, man. He's just a vocal leader for me, and I'm glad I have a teammate like him because he's one of my biggest inspirations.
How much encouragement did you need to eat the right foods?
I mean, a little bit.
What you used to eat?
I used to eat a lot of pizza. Like that's when I was a big guy, but
how would you describe yourself now?
Slim Goody.
Slim Goody.
But yeah, he just kept encouraging me. I mean, especially from my freshman year to my sophomore year transition, just to keep working at it because he was in the same position that I was in as far as him losing that weight, being 300 pounds, and then getting down to 260. And that's something that I always wanted to do, man. It's always been a goal of mine. I'm glad that Jonas and Doug and the rest of my teammates finally helped me get there.
North Carolina in the Final Four. It's fun, but there's also a burden wearing North Carolina across the chest. This is expected. Do you feel that burden on you?
I think so. I mean, the fans want the best out of us, but at the same time, when they talk that junk about us, we got to put it behind us, and we got to stick to team, stick to our team goals. But they're always going to be supportive. Just some spoil it for others, but this is a great team that's all about each other and all about coach and what he wants, and I think we did a great job of that today.
Any specific comment or comments that stuck with you of all the quote-unquote junk that you might have heard?
Not really. I mean, I just see things about certain players, and it's unfortunate for some of us because we know how hard we work. So just sometimes the day isn't for us, and for me, it was those couple of weeks that the shot couldn't fall for me, and I'm just glad I'm in a great position right now.
So unlike most players and coaches who say, oh, they don't read the papers and watch TV, you guys read the papers and watch TV.
I think more than anyone, I used to do it a lot. Kind of took away from my game a little bit just because of a little discouragement or whatever it may be, whether they were fans or not. You still hear it, and you don't like to hear those things because I know how hard I've worked, and I know the work that I put in late night when nobody sees it. And I'm just glad I'm in a great position to contribute to my team.
Is Slim Goody your go-to nickname?
I mean, that's probably one of them. Yeah, that's probably one of them.
Did you make? Do they know that nickname? Do your teammates know that, or
either call me K or ASAP?
ASAP.
Yeah.
ASAP. Why ASAP?
Always strive and prosper.
Always strive and prosper.
Because we always gonna bounce back.
Kennedy Meeks, you're a poet here in this interview.
It is what it is, man. I appreciate it.
Congratulations on heading to Houston in the Final Four.
Thanks.
We thank Kennedy Meeks, or should we say Slim Goody. We thank him so much for joining us after the game. The North Carolina Tar Heels off to the Final Four once again. The Final Four is set in the first game next Saturday just after 6 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. It'll be the number 2 seed from the West region, the Oklahoma Sooners, led by Buddy Hield. They will take on the number 2 seed out of the South region, the Villanova Wildcats. Villanova from Philadelphia, defeating top seed Kansas in the South region to advance to the Final Four in Houston. In game number 2, it'll be the number 1 seed out of the East region, these North Carolina Tar Heels, taking on the number 10 seed out of the Midwest region, the Syracuse Orange, the first number 10 seed to advance to a Final Four. Syracuse stunning the number 1 seed in the Midwest region earlier today. The Virginia Cavaliers coming back from a 16-point deficit to advance to Houston and the Final Four. As you can see behind me, the basket about to be torn down, the net's been cut down, and the North Carolina Tar Heels once again cutting nets and advancing to the Final Four. We'll see if the only number 1 seed left standing in the Final Four right now will be the one left standing in Houston, and we'll see if they can take home the national title. So once again, the Final Four is set. Oklahoma, Villanova, game 1. Next Saturday, game number 2, North Carolina and Syracuse. From the Wells Fargo Center in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, Adesina Koiki, the News Hub.